Greetings from the dark side of the moon, the B side of the room, the Beehive! How are we all doing? Good to see you. How's it going, Rolf? Rolf, as we speak, is high. He's incredibly high, strictly for medicinal purposes. He had an operation today, so I'm sure everybody wishes you well. Wait, what are you talking about, Rolf? Weird flashing lights behind me. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I don't see any flashing lights at all, Rolf. I'd watch those meds if I were you. Anyway, how are we doing? Good to see so many of you here. Margaret, lovely to see you. Rolf, great to see you. Jerry, fantastic to see you. Lucy, greetings from Houston. Well, greetings from Massachusetts. Hey Kathy, good to see you. Who else we got? Terry. Wow, we have a full house tonight. Marie, Mike, Kim. Yes, the whole gang's in. The whole gang is in. And Tim, good to see you, Tim. The whole gang is in the room, and it would appear everybody is okay with using the chat. So, I was telling the earlier group that obviously last week I said I have something in mind for streaming on a different platform. I have a couple of different platforms in mind. And I tried both methods out, used my parents as guinea pigs, had a morning of experimentation with them, and quite frankly, they didn't offer anything that was easier. And in fact, my parents said they found it more difficult to actually get to the chat and make the chat appear on the same page as the video. And in terms of my concerns, they were very expensive. They were like $70 a month was one of them. So it just doesn't make sense to change from YouTube. So as long as we're all managing to chat on here, and it looks like a lot of us are, I've tried to simplify the instructions in the on the Patreon page, so hopefully everyone can join in, and it's just a case of kind of getting used to those of how to do this. As I say, the others didn't offer us any features. There was a massive delay. The one I was looking at possibly going forward because it made the chat easier, there was a massive delay between what I said and when it reached you. And it just was not any good for having any sort of meaningful conversation. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, that's very true, Margaret. That's very true. My only frustration was that that other people were getting frustrated not being able to log onto the chat page. But hopefully the new instructions will make it simpler. So what pedal did I buy, I hear you cry? Stay with what we have. Alright. I do agree. So what pedal did I buy? Well, I've got my lovely Hofner back from the Guitar Makers, where it got its 25th fret. Ooh, how well does that ring out? Very well. Now currently I've got a lovely pitch shifting reverb programmed in there. And you can't hear it. That's because I've got the expression pedal that I just went to my local music store to buy down. If I roll it in, you start to hear it. That might be a bit loud for you guys. I am going to turn myself down a little bit. I'm going to be pretending that I'm at a nice civilised wedding, and they don't want it very loud because they want to enjoy their cocktails without being bombarded by my noise. So all I bought was an expression pedal. So this reverb is my usual pedal. This is an Eventide. If I had I do have a disconnecting. Oh, give me a minute. Ooh, we're gonna get all high tech in the Beehive. It's not just bright lights tonight. In fact, I might even dim the lights. Oof, oof. No expense spared. Dim the lights a little. By dim the lights, I mean turn those lights out. In fact, yes, let's turn those lights out. Oh, this is going to be good. And then where's my camera? The only thing with turning the lights out is I can't see where my camera is. It's on here somewhere, but I'm feeling... got it. Feeling around for it in the dark. This is how all the top streaming networks deal, isn't it? There we go. Ooh. It's a bit dark, but I quite like the atmosphere. So, I'm going to plug in my external camera and hopefully I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Plug in the camera here. Where does it go? Yes. Definitely shouldn't have done this before I started. Definitely only need to do it when we're online. And with a bit of luck, HD webcam, don't let me down. You let me down. Well, there we go. So I got for nothing. I'll get it working for the next time. I'm pretty sure it's expecting it in the other port. I think that's what it is. But I've got something else in that port. Well, basically, it's an Eventide pedal. At least I dimmed the lights, you know, made it look more atmospheric. Oh, wait a minute. I tell you what, though. I can unplug my laptop and show you. Yeah, let's do that. So, down there, ignore my crotch. Ignore my... probably not so clean jeans, but... there is the flashing pedal, is that there. That is my usual Eventide. Well, this is the pedal I bought, and it's just an Ernie Ball volume pedal, but it is acting like an expression pedal. So basically, I've always had that sound, but it's a little bit overkill sometimes, you know? So if I wanted to play something like... Take it over a little bit, and it just allows me to roll the volume down on. If I want. somewhere. So there you go. So it allows me to, as I say, just bring that in and out, which is great because I am always thinking, ooh, it would be cool to have a load of that shimmer. Well, it's called a shimmer reverb. It'd be cool to have a shimmer effect in here, but the problem is you can't have. You can have too much of it in places, and then you want a lot of it in other places. So it allows me to change it up. These lights are just a bit distracting, aren't they? I'm going to change the lights, and then I'm going to go to the chat, and I'm going to see you. The great thing about how I've got my YouTube set up now is I can see you all on one screen. Yay! So I don't have to look up at the chat, so you're not looking at my chin all the time, which is great news. I'm sure, unless you like my chin, I don't know. I should put little messages on my chin, shouldn't I? Like applause and how's my hair? Things like that. What lights? Is that just how your entire universe looks, Rolf? Yeah, so definitely is going to help a lot. It's going to help a lot with those solo arrangements. I think I'll probably, if I can fit it on my pedal board, which is a very big question there. That's a very big if. If I can fit it on my pedal board, I'll probably incorporate that into the set because it works really well into the Carl Palmer set. It works really well using that as an expression pedal. So yeah. Oh, more pedals. I said to Katie this morning, Katie, for those of you who don't know, Katie being my wife, I said to her this morning, I'm gonna, because she hates it when I buy pedals. Guitars, for some reason, she's not that bothered by it, but I think I just went through a period of always buying pedals and always saying, oh, I just need another pedal. What's this that arrived in the mail? Oh, it's another pedal. So it drives her crazy whenever I get a pedal. So just to wind her up, just because I felt like it, I just said, oh, I'm just going to get a new pedal. And I didn't think I needed one at all. And then I was trying to get another expression to pedal to work with this Eventide effects, and it wouldn't work. So lo and behold, I ended up buying a new pedal. So it was some sort of karma. But it worked in a very good way because I was just trying to play a trick on her, and the karmic result was that I ended up buying a new pedal. It's great. I'm going to try it again. All right, loads of questions coming in. This is fantastic. I love it when you guys are chatting. It's really good. Lucy said she's drinking a beer. That sounds good to me. I shall be drinking a beer after this. I have some IPA chilling in the fridge, ready to go. I think Terry asked if we had dinner at the local pub. No, we didn't. But Katie's mom took us out for dinner because she had a gift voucher or a 20% off voucher at a local. I guess you can call it a Italian. I think it pretends to be an Italian, but I've been to Italy. They don't have food like that in Italy, so they claim to be an Italian, and it's good food. No vocoder for the wedding. No, unfortunately not. I will crack out the vocoder. For those of you who have not heard the vocoder, I will crack out the vocoder and give you a little sample. I wonder if I could work the vocoder into the set. Ooh, into the Estival set. Margaret, if I do, You will have directly inspired that move. We were talking about the vocoder last week, but for those of you who aren't familiar with the vocoder, it's within reach, and I know how it just makes me look really professional when I duck off camera for a minute. So that's why I do it. That's why you get all the big network TVs, just with their presenters ducking off camera, just because it's a really professional thing to do. So I shall continue to do that. Here is a vocoder, and you will see at the side of it there is two inputs. There is a microphone input, and there is a guitar input. And at this side we have, well, it doesn't matter what we've got at that side, we've got outputs at that side. But what it allows you to do is put your guitar and a microphone in there, and whatever you say, the sound comes out, but the pitch of the notes is whatever you play on the guitar. So if you play something on the guitar but don't say anything through the microphone, no sound will come out. And vice versa, if you say something through the microphone, no sound will come out. But if you do both together, play and say, or play and otherwise saying is otherwise known as talking, I believe. If you play and talk, it comes out whatever the pitches you play, it makes your voice trace those pitches. And yeah, I think that's it. I was going to say something else, but I think that's about it. But we do that in Carl Palmer's band. And the reason we do that in Carl Palmer's band is because when Carl started the band, he didn't want a keyboard player. Because he didn't want them to be compared to the incomparable Keith Emerson. And he didn't want a singer because, again, he didn't want them to be compared to the incomparable Greg Lake. But I brought along a vocoder pedal and thought, well, there's no way you can compare my voice because it kind of sounds a bit like a robot singing. It's that sort of thing. So there's no comparison there. So it's still instrumental. That's why Carl wanted to make it a guitar instrumental band rather than a keyboard and vocal band, so to avoid all comparisons. So it's still an instrumental band, no comparisons, but at least people can sing along with the lyrics rather than just us playing the melody of the lyrics, which I feel sometimes if you don't put a lot of thought into how you play that, it can lack something. So it kind of gives people an idea of what the lyrics are. Hey, Kathy! Hey, Donnie! Donnie! How's it going? Donnie was texting me earlier saying he was listening to us on the way, to me, but I guess to me responding to all your texts on the way back from work. Glad you could join us in person, Donnie. So yes, but I'm wondering, Shirley says it was effective on 21st Century Schizoid Man. I'm wondering if it's possible if it might work in I Am the God of Hellfire. I wonder if there's anything like that there that I can add. That could be cool. Food for thought, because we've yet to do an arrangement of Fire. So so we're doing the set as it stands. I can tell you the set. The set is going to be Carnival 9, Second Impression, I believe it is. Welcome Back, My Friends. Then it's going to be Knife Edge. We're going to do some Hoedown, Peter Gunn, and Fire, I Am the God of Hellfire. So, and obviously Fanfare, because I was saying earlier, I have never ever done a gig with Carl Palmer where we haven't played Fanfare. We've played different things over the years, and we've missed out different things over the years, and I don't think there's any one tune that I've always played at every Carl Palmer gig, except Fanfare. So I still need to do an arrangement of Fire. So I'm hoping, I'm thinking now, inspired now. You saw the inspiration. You were the inspiration, Margaret. I'm hoping I can work in the vocoder. That could work well. That could work very well. All right. Somebody asked, have you played with David yet? I saw that way up in the chat. The answer to that is no. We were messaging back and forth a couple of days ago, and he was asking me, is there any good YouTube versions that he can check out? To which I spent about half an hour scouring YouTube, and basically my answer was no. Because anything on YouTube, you really can't hear the bass, and that's really what he's interested in. And anything that's kind of decent quality, our arrangements have kind of moved on since then. So any official releases, we're not really doing arrangements like that anymore. So what I did send him was what I recorded for you guys last year. I forget when it was. It's when we played Ontario, I believe. In fact, it was probably around this time last year, because it was when I had the stiff shoulder, I think, which turned out to be the herniated disc or whatever it was. But remember, one of the downloads was the full concert, the video and audio. Well, I sent him that and said, this is the most recent half-decent recording that we have, so learn it from that. And for you guys who get the downloads, remember, any downloads, even if you weren't a part of the Patreon page, they're available to you. They always stay on. You can download anything from any of the past downloads. All you need to do is go to the tab, or the tag, sorry, at the side of the page, if you're on a desktop or a laptop, it says tags, and go to download, select downloads from that, and you'll see a big list of all the downloads, and there's about a dozen things to download, because we've been on for about a year. So there's about a dozen things to download, and you can check out any of the past downloads. All right. How much of your texts to David were geocaching orientated? I get a feeling he's not going to be into geocaching. I get a feeling David Pistorius, this is Jacko's cousin. I get a feeling David's like really super cool, like a proper cool musician, which me and Simon are just not that. We kind of get into a dressing room and wonder what a real rock star would do before, Simon starts his book and I start to do whatever I'm doing. So yeah, I think he's going to be really cool. He seems like a real cool cat. Is that Paul Sergeant Ruttle's jacket? Absolutely. Absolutely, I have a collection of these. The reason I'm wearing this is because I literally got back from the music store, came in here, started streaming, got everything ready, and was plugging in those lights and stuff. So yeah. In fact, we were talking about a video earlier of people were talking about me having a perm, and it has been done before. I have had a perm. I have been the victim of curling, whatever they're called, in a hairdresser's shop, and I don't have my phone to hand to show you the video, but there's a video on YouTube. You might have seen the one of me playing Claire de Lune in front of a mixing desk in a studio. Well, that was like an organised video shoot for a college that I did some work for, a music college, and I called the guy producing the video the day before, and I just want to tell you something, Bruce. Is everything all right, Paul? Yeah, everything's fine, but I have had a perm, and it doesn't look great. Oh man, you're kidding. And he wouldn't believe me to start off with. And then he got me to send a photo of it, and I was like, oh, it's all right. I washed it out. I've washed it out, so it's really not too bad. And then I turned up the next day at the video shoot, and he had bought me a hat to wear. So that is the only video of me playing in a hat. You'll never see it again unless I get another perm, which I probably won't. I've learnt that lesson. You need pics of it. Go to. It's the one of me playing Claire de Lune. So I don't. I don't think I have any pics of the perm. Maybe I do. I've not. If I have, I've not seen any for, since I had the perm. So. So yeah. So if you go to that video, you'll see like my short, dry, straw-like hair popping out from underneath. And we're not talking too long ago. This was, it was a few years ago. I was definitely old enough to know better. So yeah, so that's my perm story. Everyone has a perm story, don't they? I'm sure they do. We all have perm stories. Sorry, Paul. It was awful. It wasn't like an afro or anything, but yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. I think it might have all grown out by now. I don't know. When I got my hair cut this time, this is what you've tuned in for, isn't it? The history of my hair. Complete history of my hair. When I got my hair cut last time, like last month, because my hair was like down here, and this much of it was just dry and tangled and bleh. And I think that was probably the remnants of the perm. So I think this is however many years growth since I've had the perm. So there you go. Yes, there you go. My sister did a perm before high school validation speech. Big mistake. Yeah. Well, that was it. It was the same thing with me. I just thought, I'm doing this video shoot. It's quite a major thing. They've asked me to be head of guitar, which it turned out that I was just much too busy to do. So, so I was like, I'll make an effort. I'll go to the hairdressers. And I was saying earlier, I do hold Katie responsible, because I messaged Katie, and because of the time difference, and also because she gets up late, I was sat in the hairdressers saying, I'm thinking of having a perm. What do you think? She didn't get the message till it was way too late. And then as I was leaving the hairdressers, I got a message saying, You're kidding, don't be stupid, do not have a perm, it's ridiculous, you will ruin your hair. To which I text back, too late. The damage is already very much done. So that's the perm story. There you go. Oh, here we go. Margaret has something in her defence. She was 16. But I don't know what the defence she's defending. It sounded like a good story. Oh wait a minute, it was horrible. I think Margaret's had a perm too. Yes. It was the 80s. No. It was very much... It was definitely this decade. Definitely. I need a man bun. What's with the light show and PA? We're going up in the world, Ed. We're going up in the world. Now we've got to 155 patrons. We're going up in the world. So, but actually, the real answer to that question is I have been getting sounds ready for the wedding that I'm playing at on Sunday. Hence all the new gadgets and using this guitar a lot. So I've been experimenting with things for that. And I've not been playing with the lights today, but I just thought maybe I'd put some lights on. I don't expect to have that kind of flashing lights at the wedding. Relax and enjoy your cocktails. So, but I will put them on a more subtle setting. I think there are more subtle settings. $5 to do a man bun. I'll do anything for $5. Are you kidding? Dignity schmignity. So I got a request earlier. Now I have not played this for a while. I wonder if I can still play it. Bottom. Bottom. This was Lucy that requested this earlier. Sure, I'd be able to remember more, but it escapes me now, so I barely remembered that. So there you go, pictures at an exhibition. Yes, it's been a while since I've played that. Great tune. Works nice on this guitar, doesn't it? Maybe I should do an arrangement for this guitar, like a solo arrangement. That's so cool, isn't it? Yeah, very cool. Am I going to bring the Jazzica on tour anytime? Maybe, I don't know. I was going to say not with Carl, but maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe. I won't be bringing it on this tour. We're only playing for, 35 minutes. So, and everything we're playing. It'd be different if we were playing something like Trilogy. Oh, this... I didn't expect to play this much of it. Let's see if I can do something like this. Oh, I've got wires all over the place. Yeah, seamless. Oh dear, what did I press? Excuse me. Sorry. Right, here we go. Say goodnight to Tim. Good night, Tim. Good to see you. Trilogy. So, as I say, if we were playing that, maybe, I would bring this song, this guitar on tour with me to Yesaville. But seeing as we're not, then I probably won't. Hey, Jane and Craig, great to see you. Fantastic. When can you serenade our new granddaughter? Oh wow! I would love to. Whenever. Do I like Pat Metheny? He's not a huge influence, I must say, but I mean, obviously, I respect what he does. But yeah, I've seen him a few times. Amazing talent. That was unexpected and awesome. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either, Shirley. Seeing as I got the looper working, maybe I can do something else. I tried to play something else today. What was it? Knife Edge, but the looper was having none of it. But how about... Yay! There you go. Peter and his gun. Why was I playing that? I think probably because we said I have a looper. Can loop, will loop. And if Dave was here, he would tell you that the last time I tried to loop that, I set the loop going considerably faster than that, and he did not thank me for it. I didn't really thank myself for it either. I'm presuming that's my dad in the live stream, unless my mum is having a sleepless night, because it is 1 to 2 over there. So that's late, guys. That's late, but lovely to see you. Have a whiskey for me. Cheers. Oh, it's Mum! Oh, wow! Well, in which case you won't have a whiskey for me. I won't be mean and say have a gin for me. Oh, I already did. The only thing with that is it's like, oh, that's nice. I feel like I can turn the volume off and then all of a sudden it's no, stop. Heavenly choirs, stop. So maybe I'll find a way of making that linger after I put the effect down. No, it's Mum. It's Mum with a U. She only responds to Mum. So yes, I know I missed lots of questions. All right, so one of the questions, if anybody has any questions and asked a question earlier, please ask it again now, because I kind of got distracted with noodling around and playing things. But if anybody asks a question, please do ask for it now. Please do ask it now. I do need an echo for sure, Jerry. But somebody did ask, when are rehearsals? How long are rehearsals? Okay, well, basically what the process will be, what the process is usually for new pieces, is that me and Simon will kind of discuss the arrangement. I usually knock something together, send it over to him, say, this is what I'm thinking of doing. He'll send something back that fits around that, and then we're all pretty much prepared when we get in the sound check, usually with Carl. But seeing as that we're playing with, it's me and Carl playing with two new guys, and we're playing with Arthur and David, what we'll be doing is we will be going to Rochester, New York, which is Bruce Pilato's hometown, and we will be rehearsing there for 3 days, and I think that starts on the 6th. I think our first day of rehearsals is the 6th of June, 7th, 8th, and then I think 9th and 10th. I can't remember when our first show is, but we've got production rehearsals in the next 2 days after that, which is basically the whole 4 acts will get together and kind of work out. I doubt very much it'll take us 2 days to figure that out. I think that's a lot to do with the crew kind of figuring out how to get things off and on stage and all of that stuff. As a bassist, Tarkus is a tough nut for me. Yeah, and it's a tough nut for anybody. It's a and the way Greg played it, he played it with a pick, flat picking, and just alternate picking. every other bass player we've had in the band has tapped it. So I think it's one of those parts that's easier with two hands than it is with one. But I like the sound of tapping because you kind of get that percussive. I personally pick it, but it's, I don't even know how you pick. That's how you tap it. I'm not convinced that's easier on guitar. So yeah, I'd probably I do pick it, but on guitar I think it kind of makes sense to do that. But on guitar, on bass, it's on bass it's a fearsome thing. So the tappers among us have always tackled it that way. The colours behind you remind me of Suspiria. Yes, I have watched it. I watched it last week, was it? Ba-da-da. Yes, very cool soundtrack. At 108. 108's fast. I don't know what speed we play it at. It varies. Depends how excited Carl is. Alright, what other questions have we got? How does that orchestra pedal work? Like, what sound is it picking up from your guitar? It is, basically, it's just a reverb. So it's just a regular reverb, but it's just taking this, and it is pitch shifting it. So you'll hear that there is, it's playing a lot of octaves in there. You can hear that note coming through strongly when I play this. So it's playing lots of octaves in there. Yeah, it's mostly octaves. And it is a reverb, pitch shifting reverb. But what's cool about it is when you play two chords together, it kind of blends the notes, or how would you say, slides between reverb, between pitch shifting reverbs. So if I went, it would be like that. So you can hear it going down. Yeah, so very cool pedal. Very cool pedal. You watched Suspiria last week. Yes, it's a great film. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. It's a classic. It's one of those things that you realise. The reason why everyone's talking about Suspiria here is that we a couple of months ago did a few shows with Claudio Simonetti's Goblin, and Goblin did the soundtrack to a whole load of is it Dario Argento, something like that. Horror movie director of the 70s and 80s, and one of his big film is Suspiria, and so when we were on tour with them, we saw them doing these soundtracks night after night, or at least not soundtracks but themes from the soundtracks they'd written. So it was very cool. So yeah, me and Simon we're going to watch the film, but I was struck down with flu. Some may say it's flu. I think it's witchcraft. I was struck down with some form of witchcraft that stopped me from watching Suspiria. Dario Argento, yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we've reached our time. Time to go to the fridge, get myself a beer, and come back in here and do a little bit more playing. Going to see if I can get this pedal to talk to my other pedal in a different way, and doing a little bit more prep for this wedding that I've got on Sunday. So very much looking forward to it. I made a start, speaking of wedding, I made a start on the compositions this morning. First one is down, is in the bag, and that is, the first one is the is for Tracy and Nancy, who are getting married on Sunday, so I will play it for them there. But my plan is to, because I've had a lot on with this wedding and whatnot, my plan is to start with dedication and purpose, your 200 compositions, and I'm going to do that on Monday. So that is the plan, and I'm hoping that I can maintain a rate of 2 per day, which will mean that I should have them all ready for you by around July or August. So I do have a sketch pad of ideas, both musical ideas and just kind of content ideas. So I want to write this for Ed, I want to write this for Kathy, I want to write this for Margaret, and this for Jerry, and that sort of thing. So ideas, I do have the ideas for the compositions there. So and there's some musical ideas as well, but other than that, they're not finished compositions. But yes, hopefully by the time we hit 200, I will have finished all 200 compositions for you. And another way of putting that is, hopefully by the time I have finished the 200 compositions, we will have hit 200 people. So yes, I am looking forward to it. It is indeed a lofty goal, not exactly 20 in 10 hours, you're absolutely right. I need to do a 200 song game. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks Mum, great to see you, hope you can sleep. Thanks everybody for joining me. Thanks Jerry, thanks Shirley, Margaret, Jane and Craig, thanks very much. Kathy, great to see you. Thanks Ed. Who else have we got? We have... Oh, we've got Rolf, of course. Thanks Rolf. Hope you sleep well tonight. I'm sure you'll have some crazy dreams. Great to see you, Mike. Thanks very much for tuning in. Terry was here. I remember seeing. I can't see anybody else. But if I have forgot you, I do apologise. Hi, Dad. Bye, Dad. Marie, lovely to see you. Thank you very much, guys. This was great. Enjoy it. And Rolf, I hope the lights stop flashing for you. Enjoy the rest of your night, whatever you're doing. Good night. Thanks, guys. Bye. I hate long goodbyes. Bye. Bye. Bye.